Monday today. School for the rest of the week, and I'm walking on Bear right now, doing a morning routine. I have a few things to do today. I have to go to school, go to Sephora to pick up some stuff, and then I also have a lot of homework to do today. I'm just going to take you all along with me throughout the week, but today is kind of a simple, relaxed day.
You're from another planet. I've never felt like this. I don't know how I ever survived without it. I'm starry-eyed. Got me upside down, spinning around you. I wanna taste the clouds, dance with them. Boy, I love the way you got me. Starry-eyed, got me starry-eyed. This bed is out of space, just keep painting constellations. You cover me in glitter till I'm shining bright. I never wanna leave the sky. I was in the dark and baby, you're the light. You're from another planet.
So these guys plus these guys, that's clearly polyphyletic. There's an evolution here of gastropods and an evolution here as well. So what we were calling gastropods really are two different innovations of whatever gastropod needs. I mean, one shell, one tube. Oh, why? The common ancestor probably had the same trait, right? Okay. So these guys are probably yellow. What about these guys? This ancestor was very likely
Purple.
purple and
Purple.
you feel good with that? Yeah. So how do you decide which one it was?
You can go back more and
Right?
see.
We can go back. We have to go back in time a bit more. Now this one was either yellow or purple.
I'm kind of just taking a moment after class to just sit here in nature a little bit. I don't have any more classes today, but I'm feeling like I really need this right now. I kind of had a rough day yesterday, and I got extremely frustrated and angry at somebody. I think oftentimes I don't find myself super angry anymore. When I was younger, I was angry all the time. And I feel like that anger was derived from a place of confusion and frustration with my own emotions and the way that I was feeling. And yesterday, for the first time in a long time, I got so angry and so pissed that I could feel every muscle in my body shaking and tensing as everything in me wanted to just fight or flight. And though, the people I was around told me that I was justified and valid for feeling the way that I was feeling, I just have trouble accepting or viewing myself as being able to get angry. Because there's still a part of me that doesn't want to be that person anymore. And it feels like I'm backsliding when I know perfectly well that, feeling emotions and experiencing those things is normal and we're human, and anger is just as valid as any other emotion or feeling. I just know that sometimes, I need the space, and sitting outside in nature is good and helpful. It's okay to get angry. Maybe sometimes it feels disproportionate to the situation, but that's okay. It's not that I'm backsliding, it's just that I have emotions. And it was, in all honesty, kind of scary, and a part of me feels disappointed that I responded the way that I did. But that's okay, I'm not going to be upset about it. I'm not going to be upset that I responded. And I dealt with it, and I am where I am now, where I can breathe and be calm and talk about it and be okay. And I feel a lot better. I feel supported. I feel comforted, and I feel that I expressed as much as that I can. And now I'm gonna just let it go. Just be here. Anyway, I'm gonna head home, put my school stuff away, and then head to Sephora for a little bit. See you later.
Wanna taste the clouds, dance with the moon. Take a trip around your body. Boy, I love the way you got me. Starry-eyed, got me starry-eyed. Losing all my focus, I can't even control it.
Music licensing reimagined.
Hey guys, I just got back from Sephora and a long day at school, so I just kind of want to do a little haul of what I got. For Christmas, I actually got some foundation from my apartment complex. They like give out little gifts for Christmas, and you go in, you get a bag, and it has a whole bunch of goodies and things like that. And since I don't know how to do like face makeup, like foundation, I don't have any of the materials for it. I went to Sephora, I got myself fan size powders. I got it in pink because I saw somebody use the pink one before and it looked really good. And I also got in translucent. I got only small ones because I don't know for sure if I foresee myself using foundation a lot in the future. I also bought two other things. I bought a brush, like a foundation brush. Then I bought the hydrating skin tint from Hourglass as well. And then I also got a matchstick, a contour matchstick from Fenty too. And hopefully later in the week, like on one of my like full shower days, I can go through and try out the new makeup, and then afterward, if it turns out good, great. If it doesn't turn out good, I can just take a shower. And for the rest of the day, I'm not really going to do much. I'm just going to be doing work, maybe editing the video, but mostly homework for school. I have a presentation on Thursday that is sadly going to be like half of my grade. It's one of the classes I feel like I'm complaining the most about right now. I have 2 presentations in the whole entire class, and both of them are half of my grade essentially, and one of them I have on Thursday because I signed up late and I ended up getting one of the dates that are earlier on. So I have to read an article and make a presentation / discussion on it where I have to ask questions to the class, have a discussion with the class, essentially lead and teach the class, and so I will just be doing work for the rest of the day. Today's Tuesday, and obviously I already got up, did my morning routine with Ambea, and instead of going to school today though, even though I would normally have a class in like an hour, I took my boyfriend to an interview for work. This class in particular, my first class of Tuesday usually, doesn't take attendance, so I don't really have to be there. And I asked my friend if she would take pictures of the board and things like that. Plus, my professor, he records class, so I don't have to be too worried about it. But I'm probably gonna go to my second class today, which doesn't start until like 2 something, and right now it's still 11:45. After that, I have a class on Zoom, which normally I would have in person, but my professor is at a convention right now. But yeah, so my last class is on Zoom. So today is mostly just a schoolwork day. I don't have any plans after that. Today is pretty simple, nothing much. So, you know, sorry if there's not a lot of content from today. I'm walking to class right now. I'm hoping I'm not late, because I kind of couldn't find a parking spot. We'll see how this goes. Today's been a pretty lazy day, but because of that, I really don't want to go to class, but it is what it is.
Losing all my focus, I can't even control it. Touching me like lightning, keeping it exciting. Know exactly what to do to blow my mind. You're from another planet. I've never felt like this. I don't know how I ever survived without it. I'm starry-eyed. Got me upside down, spinning around you. Wanna taste the clouds, dance with them. Boy, I love the way you got me. Starry-eyed, got me starry-eyed. This bed is out of space, just keep painting constellations. You cover me in glitter till I'm shining bright. I never wanna leave the sky. I was in the dark and baby, you're the light. You're from another planet. I've never felt like this. I don't know how I ever survived without it. I'm starry-eyed.
And I think like the most interesting thing that we found was about the keystone species concept. It made us really think about like the relationship between animals. One example that we saw was with the starfish, which I mentioned earlier, eating mussels. It eats a whole bunch of different things in a system, right, in a community, but it does so in order to increase diversity and also allow all of these animals to eat a whole bunch of different things.
Would you say that's the goal?
No, it's not doing that on purpose, but it ends up being beneficial in terms of diversity. If you took the starfish out, then mollusks would be essentially dominating everything and wouldn't have the same effect as a starfish did.
Boy, I love the way you got me. Starry-eyed, got me starry-eyed. Got me upside down, spinning around you. Wanna taste the clouds, dance with them. Take a trip around your body. Starry-eyed, got me starry-eyed. Got me upside down.
Hey guys, I completely forgot to record or vlog anything I did once I got home, but essentially I sat down, ate dinner, and did a little bit of work and also relaxed for a little bit. But now that I am home, today I was planning on doing a full body shower anyway, so I was thinking that I could finally experiment with the makeup. Fair warning though, I did not, and I realized this, I did not buy a sponge to do my makeup, so we're just gonna have to see what I can do with what I have. We're gonna start with contacts like usual. Now, first things first, I'm going to try out these foundations. So obviously I am no pro. I don't do face makeup usually, and I don't know what the texture should be like of these products. I don't know the specifics of what these products should be like, and I don't know what people have been saying of these products or anything about the brands themselves, but I will be trying my best to be as honest as I possibly can about them because I don't have any biases towards them or against them. My preferences might be different than yours. I also ended up buying a foundation brush. It's the Soft Glow foundation brush, and it's called Ambient by Hourglass as well. I'm not really sure what determines a good brush for foundation. There's only one way to learn, and I guess this is the video where you watch me learn don't learn from me. So I'm gonna swatch these on my face so I can see whether or not the colors suit me or not. So we're gonna start with the Milk Makeup Foundation Stick in Golden Nude. You can just push it out like this, right? It has like a pretty soft feel to it. It doesn't feel too squishy or too moist, so it feels pretty firm. Wow, that's actually pretty nice. It feels a bit thick though. It feels very smooth and it feels kind of like a sunscreen. If you've ever had those sunscreens that like come in sticks and stuff, in my opinion, it's a very nice product and it does suit my skin pretty nicely. And it doesn't feel too thick or heavy, but it does seem to cover, as you can see, like the natural redness of my skin. It's being covered completely by this. Next, I will swatch Milk Makeup Foundation Stick in Medium Beige. This one is darker, so I don't think it'll suit me, but yeah, that's a little too dark for me. If the color was maybe like a mix of the two, then in any light, like even if I turn my face down, it would work. But at this angle, the first swatch that I did seems to suit my skin really well. But whenever I turn my face down like this, you can clearly tell that like it takes all the dimension out of my face. Doesn't look like my skin. And maybe that's just me being picky because I don't usually wear face makeup, so I want my face makeup, if I do it, to reflect what my actual face looks like. I'd say the first one is a closer match than the second one. I'm going to try the Huda Beauty Glowish Multi-Dew Skin Tint, shade Medium Tan. And it comes in this. If I take off the cap, this is like, it has a pump. Yeah, that's way too dark. It's warm, but it also kind of has like a greenish hue to it, which feels kind of weird to me. And I'm going to close this because I am definitely not going to use this because I prefer warmer colors. And the first two I can get away with, but this one, that's way too dark for me. I will never be this color. Also, I want to note that as you can see in the light, the one that I just did is super liquidy, while these two are already basically dry from what you can see in like makeup videos and stuff, or what I have observed. When you leave products on your face for longer, it like sets, and then when you wipe it off, you know, it has more of an effect. But if this one is so liquidy, it's going to take a while for it to set, so that's why you have to use powder. But I think with these ones, like you can use powder, but you won't feel that drastic of a difference between whether or not you use powder or don't. I sounded so smart there, but I actually don't know what I'm talking about, but that's what I'm assuming. Last but not least, I'm going to be using the Hourglass Hydrating Skin Tint, number 7. The top is like a tiny itty bitty hole. The formula is also very wet, but it also seems very thin. It's actually quite cooling. It has a very cooling effect. But in terms of the way it matches my skin, it's actually pretty good because it has the lightness and the darkness to it that I was looking for in the other two. But at the same time, like when I first looked at it, I didn't even notice it was there. I do have to say though, I like how these two are like matte, and then this one and this one are just way too liquidy that I feel like it'll take too long for me to wait for it to dry. I think for the case of this video, I'm going to attempt to use the foundation stick in Golden Nude and use that for my face. I really like the one for Hourglass, but I think that will probably just be for another video. And if you want to see attempt number 2, I will do another attempt. You just need to leave a comment and let me know that's what you want. So I'm gonna wipe this off, and then I'm gonna come back and apply foundation all over my face. Okay, so I'm back. Let's get started, I guess. Oh, also I did buy contour. I bought the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in Mocha, or number 3. I love the Fenty Beauty matchsticks. I actually have one. I have the Fenty Beauty matchstick in Beach Bum, and it's like this sparkly blush color that I love because it's like orangey but also red. It's essentially the only blush that I use, but I use a lot of blush because, you know, I adding color to my face because I like feeling like I have a warm, inviting face. Hopefully this works. I'm thinking like, I've seen a lot of people do different techniques, and in preparation for this segment of the video, I was thinking that I could either do foundation all over my face and then do contour on top, blush on top, put powder, bake, do all that stuff. Or I could just segment and do, you know, foundation over the parts that are supposed to be light and contour over the parts that are supposed to be dark. So I'm just doing all of that in one step. I think today, for the sake of diving right in, I'm just gonna do foundation all over my face and then contour. Because of the way that these products are made, since they're both creamy instead of liquidy, I think that they will mesh well. Also, I do have an old palette that's technically a contour powder palette, and I used to use it for SFX makeup because I used to like make wrinkles or make like my mouth burned open type of looks, but they're all illusions. I never did like any like technically real SFX. Worst comes to worst, sometimes powder just helps fix it. This week so far has been super productive in terms of work, but in terms of going out, hanging out with friends, things like that, it wasn't super productive. Oftentimes when school first starts, I just try to spend my time straight into the routine of school, and then after that, once I figured out what my whole schedule was like and also how I can incorporate doing other fun things into that schedule, I start to like do that. I consider myself someone who takes a lot of time to do schoolwork, and it takes a lot of time to study or learn new things. Try my best to be as proactive as I can, but that proactive behavior and the intention in trying to learn oftentimes takes a lot more energy out of me than I would like to admit. As a result, I have a lot of trouble hanging out with people or doing little things like that in order to regulate my actual social life. But I actually started doing this thing called Supernatural Fridays with my best friend and boyfriend. Both of them are big fans of Supernatural. For a while now, they've been wanting me to watch it, and since the school year started, my best friend's back from holidays, we started this new tradition of Supernatural Fridays where we can get together and watch a whole bunch of episodes of Supernatural on Fridays, because I don't have class on Fridays and my best friend doesn't have class on Fridays either. Low-key, this looks crazy, but I'm gonna trust the process. Also, I look kind of yellow, and I'm not sure whether or not that's because of my background or if that's what is actually showing up on my face. But we're just gonna hope that I can warm it up a little bit with other products, because I feel like I'm being racist towards my own people. I look like a banana. The consistency of the Milk Makeup foundation sticks feels very thick. Like I feel like when I move my face like this, you'll see wrinkles. Okay, so from here, I guess I do contour, and I'm gonna use this Fenty Beauty Matchstick in Mocha. I'm gonna do my nose last. Usually when I do makeup and I don't do face makeup, I contour my nose with blush just by itself. The feeling of these two products feels the same. They're both very creamy. So I'm just gonna try to rub that in. I think I'll add some of the Milk Makeup foundation stick in the shade medium beige, because I felt like a mix of these two would have been great for my skin tone, but I wasn't sure because I felt like if I went too dark, I wouldn't be able to go back from it. But if I go lighter, I can add more color after. Yeah, that looks better. I feel like I still look very yellow orange looking, a little green looking, but I think I can work with that. So from here, I'm gonna do my eyebrows first. I usually do my eyebrows first before anything else, but I was worried that if I do my eyebrows first and do foundation, it'll cover up my eyebrows. So I'm using the NYX Professional Makeup Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen in Espresso. I am realizing that doing my eyebrows on top of the foundation feels like my eyebrows are looking a lot darker than normal. Next up, I'm going to do my blush. My blush is also a matchstick. Right now, it's still the same texture. And then after that, when I do powder, then I can start to do powder products. So it kind of feels like I'm baking. You know how like when you cook or you bake, you put all of the liquid ingredients together and put all of solid ingredients together? It kind of feels like that. I feel like that's my process, or the way I'm thinking of doing it. I've literally used this every single time I went out since the day I got it, and I'm going to do that. And then whenever I do powder on my face, I'm also going to do a little bit of translucent powder over my eyebrows so that they don't look shiny like this. And also, so when you take pictures, which I see a lot of people do, when you take pictures, sometimes you don't see your eyebrows anymore unless you powder them, which is a weird thing, but like it's like a camera trick. Do a line here, line there. I'm also gonna do my contour with my blush like I usually do, and then I'll add normal contour or the other matchstick if I really feel like, you know, I need it. I'm just gonna blend it into the contour colors because I can blend it upward, but I like to blend it into the shadows so it looks like my contour and my blush are like one and the same. It looks more natural in my opinion. I like to do one under the nose, one over the bulb of the nose, and then 2 lines up. So I'm going to dive into the powders that I got at Sephora the other day. So I got the one size powders because I really wanted to try a pink powder because I've been seeing it everywhere and I think it just looks so cute. However, I don't have a sponge or an applicator, so I think I'm going to use this flat brush that I have. I usually normally use it for face paint when I do SFX. Because it's flat, I think it might work in pressing in to bake. Next time I do a video like this, I will probably go out and buy a sponge and not forget it this time. And then for like overall powder, I'll probably just use this big fluffy brush that I haven't used in a while, but I used to use it. I bought the one size powders in 2 colors, in ultra pink and in translucent. Baking, I'll use the ultra pink. Everywhere else, I'll use the translucent. I'm not really sure how these containers are supposed to work. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Okay, we'll just use my usual face brush here and just smush it in, I guess. Glad I'm gonna take a shower after this. I feel like, you know what I kind of feel like? I feel like a superhero putting on my makeup, you know? Like this feels like I'm putting on my mask to fight. I also simultaneously feel like I'm wasting so much powder, bro. I feel like there's powder flying everywhere. But watch. That's such a waste. Do sponges do better than this? Because I feel like I'm wasting so much of this powder. Okay, now I guess I just wait for that to settle and put this pink one away. I really like this pink actually. Like, even though I don't know what it's doing yet, I really like the color. I'm going to do my eye makeup. I also bought this little DIY lash extension kit off of TikTok shop. B&Q, Be Your Own Queen Today and Tomorrow. And they have little instructions on the back of how to do it. And I saw like so many people doing their own little eyelash extensions, and I've also never have I ever done eyelash extensions or put on falsies or any of that stuff. I have tried once, but I hated it because my eyes were like this and it felt like I was just seeing eyelashes for days. But this seemed pretty easy enough, and all the girls who are using it on TikTok are just so pretty. So for my eyeshadow, I'm thinking, because of this vibe right here that I'm getting, maybe something pink. So I have my handy dandy Nikkie Tutorials and Beauty Bay palette. I got this ages ago from a friend who was the first to ever inspire me really to do makeup in general. We're not friends anymore, but that's a whole story. Maybe I'll share one day. I also have this Morphe and Avani Greg palette, which If I'm being entirely honest, I don't really use. Since today's, already a full shower day and I'm already doing all this stuff, why not use more palettes? I'm going to do a light brown in the outer corner first. I'm gonna do a mix of the Blend and Snap and Zomer colors, which is kind of like a peach pink and a normal pink. From the Avani Greg Morphe palette, I think I'm gonna do this dark Maddie Don't Like color on a thin side, like a flat thin side. Add some shapes. I'm using a smaller compact brush. I'm going to put some white in areas I would like to highlight. For the Nikki palette, I'm going to use a smaller brush and grab some of the splasher color and put them in even the darkest spots of the design. I'm going to use this highlighter that I always use. It's the Iconic London Illuminator. So I'm just gonna put a little on my hand here, and then before it dries down too much, use a thin brush. This one is a little frayed. It's been through quite a lot. But we're just gonna use the spot that's mostly together. I feel like it's not dark enough, so we're going to use a little brush again onto the Avani palette and grab a little bit of the black to make a statement in the dark points. Ooh, I like that. That's much better. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to do that to the other eye, and I will be right back. Hey guys, so I finished both eyes. I didn't do eyeliner yet because I wanted to do the Lash Extensions kit first. Now that I finished the eye makeup, I'm going to wipe off the bake. I'm going to use this big fluffy brush, like I said before, to put the translucent powder on my face all over, to set everything. Try to avoid my eye makeup. It's super subtle, but it's nice. I feel like it looks softer. It doesn't look as bright. Like immediately when I put this translucent powder on, it seemed brightening even though it says it's called translucent, which is nice, but also at the same time I feel like it's taking away some of the color. It feels like there's a lot of coverage, but my skin does feel like there's a layer on my face, which there is. I don't know, I don't really like the feeling so much. I would do it again, it looks nice, but it feels odd on my face. It's just not something I'm used to. I'm going to apply a little more blush, but this time instead of using the matchstick, I'm just gonna use a powder blush. I'm gonna use my Bobbi Brown Pretty Pink blush. I've got this actually from my mom originally, and she gave it to me when I first started trying to do makeup because I didn't want to go out and buy a whole bunch of new products when she has a whole bunch. I feel like the powder, even though it says translucent, some of the contour and some of the color disappeared. It comes with tweezers, and it comes with a big set of lash extensions, and it comes with a lash remover and a bond. So I've got to follow these instructions. So it says step 1 is brush the bond on your eyelashes 2 to 3 millimeters away from the eyelid. So there's two sides. This side says bond, this side says seal, so I guess it's this side. The girl who I watched do this, she bends the top of the stick, like this top part, she bends it so she can reach underneath, which I kind of like the idea of, so I might try it, but let's hope and pray that I don't break it. So I'm going to use the tweezers to grab the eyelash extension and take it off of the band gently. So I'm gonna do too long, so I'm just gonna do 12 on the end. Wear our lashes under your real lashes starting from the outer corner. So if I'm gonna do it this way, start on the outer corner. I don't know, the girls on TikTok make this look super easy. it's going. Okay, cool. Let's go a little smaller as we go in, because I'm kind of like, it's not as much as I like that. I also kind of just want it to be mostly on the outer edge. It gives kind of like a cat eye look, so we're gonna go a little smaller. I'll just use a seal. That. There's a big difference between the two, and it doesn't like feel too much like a bother, which, you know, falsies usually give me that feeling. Okay, we're gonna try again. Cute. I actually really like that. Now that I did that, we're going to do some eyeliner and then finish up the look with some highlighter and some lipstick. I don't really do lipstick either. It's not something I usually do. I usually just do chapstick, or I have this lip tint thing. But we're just gonna do it today because we're on a lot. Okay, so that's the end of this little makeup adventure. I think overall I did actually pretty good. I can't say I'm a pro, but with the products that I used, what I know about art and about SFX and about makeup videos I've watched over the years, I think I did pretty okay for full face for the first time. And I'd love to do more videos like this because, well, I love expressing myself and I love trying new things with you guys. So, yeah, I'm going to go take a shower, maybe film a couple TikToks, and call it a day. See you guys tomorrow. Alright, y'all. I made it to school already. And I'm about to go get the usual coffee in the morning. It's been raining since yesterday. Right now, it's a nice little bit of sunshine, as you guys can see. It's probably gonna rain again. I have a big presentation today. It's the one that I've been dreading all week, but I finished it, and I'm gonna send good vibes into the world and say that I'm gonna do well. And it is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. So I'm gonna go get my coffee now, and I will take y'all along with me throughout the day today. Hey y'all. So I got some matcha today. It's coffee because I feel like lately I've been getting lots of headaches with coffee, and matcha kind of makes me feel energized. It's relatively nice, but a lot of energy and then I crash. So I don't know what time it is.
Sorry, I'm losing all my focus. I can't even control it.
Surface or our shape, but it's the area through which the electric field is going through. So here the electric field all is. Now to get into what Gauss's law, I'm assuming it does make that.
So I also included the figure and the table that were in the article. This figure is essentially what I just talked about, but it comes in order. So for example, it starts with the question of how are we supposed to score this DT task, and then it goes to the next question going down, and then it goes across this way, and you keep continually asking these questions to further analyze the scoring. And also it has like subcomponents going down, which talk about each section, which I just talked about, but it's in a neater format. When I was making that question, I also was thinking about it too. And I think like when I was looking at the different components, I felt that it was interesting that fluency was the most important. Because I felt like the need to have a whole bunch of answers can also allow you to have originality. It can also allow you to have flexibility as well. But if you take that component out, you have a limited amount of time, or maybe like a limited amount of answers that you can say. Maybe your creativity or your originality will be peaked because you're trying to fill in those answers with